you're very welcome to another one of our gardening shorts videos, and this is a special one, isn't it? Because it's Easter, and we are going to, what are we going to do?
Sort of make patterns on our eggs, like this one.
Yeah, we're going to dye Easter eggs, or dye eggs for Easter.
Yeah.
So what you need for this is some eggs, and I've boiled these already so they're nice and hard inside so they won't crack when we're playing with them, because we're going to dye these eggs with natural colouring. So, but we are going to do it with things like, well, blueberries. So we have some blueberries here. That kind of looks like a sponge, but it's a beetroot, and when you cut that up, it's beautiful red inside. The skins of onions are really good for dyeing. You were talking about nettles, because apparently that makes a really good green. So I very carefully, with some gloves, collected some nettles, and they're really good as well.
You'll also need some white vinegar, and to wrap your eggs you'll need some squares of old tights or muslin and some string or thread to tie them with.
So I'll give you an egg. Which egg would you like?
Mr. Fat.
Okay.
Mr.
Nice fat one.
Fun.
If you can find white eggs, or the lighter the eggs the better, don't drop your egg.
Oh, if it fell on me, I'd be covered in egg, and this video would have to stop.
Well, it wouldn't, because they're hard boiled.
Yeah.
So, but if you can find the lighter the eggs, the better, because they'll soak up the dye better.
Oh.
So what you do then is you start looking through our collection of flowers and leaves.
I don't believe you that these are nettles.
No, I promise. I went through all of them, and all the nettles are in the saucepan.
Pinky promise.
Pinky promise. So we're going to pick off nice little patterns of leaves or flowers that you like, and we're going to, with the help of just a little bit of water, because the water kind of helps them stick to the surface of the egg.
Hey, I wanted one.
Yeah, there's loads of them.
Oh,
I picked loads.
so you could put them in like that?
Put them in, yeah, just wet them a tiny bit, and they'll just stick a little bit to the surface of the egg, which is what you want. And you can take up, and then you can have a look at the different patterns of leaves. If there's nice patterns, they would work. Yeah, that's it. And maybe you could put another type of leaf on it. You can maybe try a fern. Where's the ferns? So you see now why we were collecting small pieces, because if we had big leaves, they wouldn't fit.
No, I see.
Makes more sense, doesn't it? So the water just helps them stick very gently onto the egg until we have our pattern done. Look at these little ones, the tiny little leaves. So it's a bit of an experiment. We don't know how the different ones will work, but it's interesting to try different shapes and textures.
I'm putting a guy.
You might want to take off the little individual leaves.
No.
No? Oh, that leaf broke.
I made a man.
Oh yeah, it is. Little face, excellent. Keep breaking these leaves.
It looks funny.
That does look funny. So then what you do, and it might be easier for me to do this, but for you, we'll see. You need to cover it with the tights.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay. Yeah. And then we gather it up on the other side.
Ooh,
And
that's good.
okay, so you gather all the ends of the tights together, and then you tie. So you do it quite tightly, and that pushes all the little flowers and leaves down onto the egg.
It's supposed to be the other way around because of a smiley face.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm just showing you here close up with the heather how to wrap the egg. Make sure to gather all the ends and pull it quite tightly, as tight as you can without breaking the shell, because you don't want any wrinkles in your tights, or they will show up as little patterns on the surface of the egg. You can then tie up your tights with a bit of string or thread, and just be careful, whatever you are using, that it's not a colour that will bleed into your dye bath and affect the colour of your egg in the end. I'm also trimming off the excess, because any extra little bits might create patterns on the egg as it's lying in the dye bath.
Okay, so now once you have your eggs all tied up and decorated, it's time to put them in their dye bath. So these are nettles that we collected. I've put 1 litre in, but I think it needs another bit because there's quite a lot of nettles in there. And what you do generally is you have 1 cup of dye plants, so whether it's your onion skins or beetroot or whatever, to 1 litre of water. So there's loads of nettles in there, and I've actually 2 litres of water there. Because you also want it, careful of your fingers, you also want it deep enough to cover your eggs as well. And then the other thing you need to do is add in some vinegar. So,
oh no, not that thing.
Will you add in your vinegar? So put in a few tablespoons, so I'd say half filled this. And what the vinegar does is, can you guess, Harry? Makes it stinky.
Yeah.
What the vinegar does, it softens the eggshell, and then that makes it easier for the eggshell to soak up the colour. So we put all that in. Very good. Careful, don't touch the nettles. And then, now it's time to put in our eggs. So can you choose 2 eggs that you're going to put in? Because can you guess what colour they'll be with the nettles? Just, yeah, put it gently in so you don't touch them. Okay, they will be green. And while I'll put in this one. Okay? And we're going to put it on the stove, and we're going to make sure that the eggs are fully covered. So here you can see the nettles bubbling away, and they've been on for about half an hour, so you can see the colour starting to seep into the water. And at this stage I'm going to take them off the heat, let it cool, and then I'm going to strain off that water and sit the eggs in that again for another 24 hours to give them the strongest colour we can. So this is the exciting bits. We have our eggs, we dyed them, and we let them dry for a couple of days. So they're nice and dry, so it's time to reveal them. So
Do you remember this guy?
Oh, that's your face?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's where my dad remembers.
Oh yeah, okay.
Forgot about him.
Do you want to open them up?
What? You open them up?
Well, we'll have to take off the tights. So we have to do it really carefully and snip them.
Let's see if he worked.
Okay. Are you ready?
First test.
Oh. And then you can peel away the flowers as well. Should come off.
No.
You're going to keep the flowers on because you see underneath it you'll have the take off the tights.
This even came off with it.
Ooh, and that one came. Oh, look!
Oh.
So you can see the outline of the heather.
That's good.
That's cool.
That's a good one.
And what one was that? That was dyed with nettles. That was the nettle one.
Okay, nettles do good.
That's cool. Okay, so this one is with onion skins.
That just came off like perfect.
Cool. So that's really cool. What we made that pattern with was with a hazel catkin. Looks real good. And it's a beautiful reddy colour. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is just rub them with a little bit of oil, and that will make them nice and shiny. And then you can put them in a bowl. Hang on a second, I put a little bit too much there. You want to rub it? This is a really nice one with the heather. And don't drop it while you're rubbing it. So we want to wish you a really happy Easter, and we'd love to see how your experiments go, wouldn't we? And you could try lots of different dyes, try loads of different things that you could find and see what works, and we'd love to see and let us know which ones work the best for you.
Number 2, Mr. Shiny.
Oh wow, that's really shiny. Cool, that's a lovely one. So happy Easter everybody, bye!
Bye.
Here I've labelled all the dyes that we've used so you can get an idea of what kind of colours they produce. But do have a look in your kitchen cupboard or even in your garden. You might have other dyes that would make really nice colours too.